Okay, this is the Metalborg deck that I just won Nationals with. This is the second recording of it because the first recording screwed up. So, starting Vanguard, Forerunner, put it into your soul, choose up to 2 of your Vanguards, give them both plus 3000. This is fantastic for late game. Generally, you don't want to use the effect of it, you just want him as a Forerunner with 5000 attack, but he's better than the other Metalborg Forerunner, which is put 4 rearguards into your soul to ride the Grade 3 Legion. Here's our triggers. 4 Metalborg heal trigger, 4 Metalborg draw trigger, 4 Metalborg crit trigger, and 4 of the amazing Metalborg crit trigger, which is put into soul, choose 2 of your units, or choose a grade 3 and a grade 2 with Metalborg in its name, give them both plus 3000. So you almost always use that with your Legioned Metalborg Sinbuster. You can use it with other ones, but generally you want to just get Metalborg Sinbuster up as high as attack as possible. 4 Commander Laurels, which is the major point in the deck. Get your Sinbuster to attack twice, the opponent can't perfect guard either of them, and Sinbuster's got the effect when he's got more than 20,000 attack, you draw a card when he hits, and if he's got more than 30,000 attack, the opponent can't perfect guard. So this is amazing with him. This Metalborg size 1, which is my least favourite size 1, but is essential for the deck. Soul Blast 1, when he's placed on rearguard, you can pay the cost. If you do choose another unit, it gets plus 5000 till the end of the turn. So almost always, you're always doing that on the Vanguard so that you can use them with preferably with Commander Laurel, and so the opponent can't perfect guard twice. This guy is my favourite size 1. Counter Blast 1, when he's placed on rearguard, you can choose up to 2 units in your Vanguard and give them both plus 4000. So instantly he gives the Sinbuster plus 8000 attack, which puts him to 28,000, and then you only need to boost for 2000 to get him any higher. 2 perfect guards, which are 2 diamond aces. 2 quintet guards, which is necessary to get cards in your graveyard early game so that you can go into the Sinbuster on your 3rd turn, assuming you're going 2nd. Metalborg Urbuster, 4 of them, because he's the Legion, so you need to run 4 of it anyway. But he's also got the cool effect that if he's on the field when you Legion, your Vanguard gets plus 4000 attack and gets the added effect that if the Vanguard hits, you get to retire an opponent's rearguard, which is fantastic. This guy, not as good, but still essential. The reason why is you can't blast 1 when this attacks the Vanguard. You can pay the cost if you do choose 2 units and give them plus 3000, which means that you can give the Sinbuster plus 6000 attack. But generally, you want your size 2s to just sit in the rearguards and just be rested for Commander Laurel's effect. So you're using this if you're in a bad situation. But this is probably the best of a bad situation, this guy. This little guy is fantastic. He's 9k, and when you've got a Metalborg Vanguard, which you should generally always have unless you've ridden a Commander Laurel, but then you wouldn't have a grade 2 out. So he's a 9k that goes up to 12k, he gets plus 3000 if you've got a Vanguard with Metalborg in its name, and 12 plus the 4 from a Commander Laurel equals 16, which is a perfect number for hitting opponent's Vanguards. These are our size 3s. Obviously that's 4 of the Sinbuster, which is the main purpose of the deck. When he attacks the Vanguard, if he's on 30,000 attack or more, your opponent can't guard with grade 1s or higher from hand, which means the opponent can't perfect guard, etc. And your opponent will run out of grade 0s eventually. And when this attacks the Vanguard, when it hits, if his attack is 20,000 or greater, he gets to draw a card. So if you're using him with Commander Laurel, you're actually drawing 6 cards a turn because you do 2 from the drive check, draw 1 when it hits, do 2 from the drive check, draw 1 when it hits. And this is the new Metalborg guy. We used to use the 2nd Legion, but this guy is much better. He's Counter Blast 1, Soul Blast 1, search your deck for a grade 3 with Legion in its name, right at his stand, which is always Sinbuster, and that unit gets plus 3000 until the end of the turn, which makes it much easier to get him into 30,000 attack, especially when there's a lot of things that give you plus 8. And on rearguard, he's got a rearguard effect, so grade 3 with rearguard effect is amazing. Soul Blast 1, if you've got a Vanguard with Metalborg in its name, which you always will, this unit gets plus 2000 until the end of the turn, and that is not once per turn. You can do that as many times as you want. You can make him like 16,000, can you be 16? Yeah. 17,000, that's right, so that he can force your opponent to guard with more cards. It's not normally necessary. Now we use 8 strides here, and the major purpose of these strides is just to exist so that you can G-assist, but we'll use 2 of Dark Superman Omega, which is when you ride him, Counter Blast 2, Soul Blast 1, choose one of your rearguards, put it into Soul, and then your opponent's entire front row is reduced by the attack of the original attack of the card used. So then your Vanguard will be on 26,000 attack, and if you did it with a size 3, then your opponent should be on 0 attack, which really upsets the opponent. Unfortunately, this guy can still be perfect guarded, so you have to time when you want to do that correctly. This guy too, choose any face down from your G zone, turn it face up. When he attacks, he gets plus 4,000 for each face up card in your G zone, which can make him really big, really fast. And if he's got more than 45,000 attack, he gets plus 1 crit. So this works if you put triggers on him and everything as well. So if he's on 40,000 and he attacks, and then you get a draw trigger, you put the 5,000 on him, he gets the plus 1 critical. X-Falcon we only run one of because he's not as good. He's Counterblast 2, which is a massive cost. Choose a card from your hand and discard it, but when he hits, if his attack is 45,000 or more, you can choose an opponent's rearguard and put it face down into the opponent's damage zone. It's not even face up, it's face down, and and it gets rid of an opponent's rearguard as well. But he's Counterblast 2 and he has to hit, so these are the two bad points about him. This guy is entirely free, which is why we play 3 of them, which is, if he's 37,000, you're already on 26, so all you need is to boost him by 11. If he hits, you draw a card and your opponent chooses one of his or her rearguards and retires it. So it gives you +1 and it -1 is the opponent. And that is Metalborg. That is what I used to win Nationals today.